Grand Rising, my beautiful family. How are you guys this morning? It's a beautiful morning. I was up early, wanted to get. I decided, the things that I need to get done today. That it's not gonna happen unless I get up earlier. Got a long list today, guys, and so I decided to get up sooner than I usually do so that I could accomplish those things I needed to do. So, but I wanted to come on and I wanted to mention something. Yes, and of course, out in nature. I'm preparing to water my food garden, and so, but like I always say, when I feel when spirit guides me to say something, give a message, I like to move on it if I can in that moment, if possible. So I just wanted to come on and mention, I talk about a little bit about, I received a message from a little sweet lady the other day, and she had watched a video of mine, and I think it was one of those videos where uh, I was agitated about some of the things that's happening to our people. And one thing in particular, the shooting that took place, the mass murder that took place in New York, and I commented about that, and the other shootings that I've been hearing about, and just actually all of the evil that's being done to our family today. And I expressed how angry I was, actually pissed, and and so and she sent me a little message, and she was being sweet, but she said again in her message, no more nice lady. And I giggled about it, and I say, you know, I just want to tell you guys, for those who need to hear this morning, that we can be nice people. We are nice people by nature for the most part, but it's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel anger. That's a normal response sometimes. And most of the people I know that are in this war that look like me, you know, and I know personally, they've expressed uh, the anger and the frustration, that they're feeling today. And I hear it all the time. And so know that we've been taught through conditioning that we ain't supposed to feel anything. We're not supposed to get upset, anger, and definitely respond to these kinds of things. But that is unrealistic, and that is just not true. We have normal emotions just like anybody else. And the things that are being done to our people, we're not going to be able to do to their people and have them not feel something. So I would advise, my advice to you, and this is how I feel and how I see it. If you are um, if you're seeing the things that are happening today and you feel some anger because of it, it is okay. It is definitely okay. And the thing about it is, though, is to not allow it to allow yourself to get too deep in that anger, and where it begins to affect you in an unhealthy way. And you also, I would suggest we learn how to handle it, how to channel it, so that we can continue to do what we're trying to do, and stay above level, and stay in peace. You know, as best that we can. It's a very difficult challenge to be in this. in this situation today as melanated people and not feel something. It's okay to feel it. It really is. Just imagine if, I'm going to give you an example. If you had your child in the front yard and one of these race soldiers, um, police, etc., pulled up and decided to target your child, and you happen to walk outside or whatever, and you witness or you didn't see it but heard about it, and you know, to feel anger is normal. That's a normal way to feel. And I would be concerned, it, about you if you didn't feel anger. So there's nothing wrong with anger. It's a normal response to these kinds of things that we're experiencing today on this planet. It's just that, we have to process it and work through it for whatever time that is needed to get that done, and then try really, really hard to rise above it and not allow it to make you become bitter to where you can't continue to participate in the rise of the frequencies that's taking place today, because it's just so much to juggle for us. But there's a way to do it, and we have to find our way. We have to, figure that out. And so, I just wanted to just kind of, talk about that a little bit. There's just no way we can turn our heads. And the other thing on this topic I wanted to mention as well is the fact that with all that's going on today, many of us who are aware at a high level, remember everybody's at different places, but I won't I will never be one to judge anyone in where they might be. I just know we're all in different places. I just can't say specifically where anybody is. But I will say, we most of us at a certain level of awareness, we know that there are these instances, these things that are happening where some of the shootings that take place sometimes are not real, that they're false, and they use actors and actresses, and they're not all real, and they use these situations to trigger us and to keep us low vibrational, at a low vibration. And but at the same time, there are things that are happening that are real, and we have to individually, in where we are, you know, socially, we have to be able to discern which ones do we respond to, and realize that it's actually happening, and the ones they're not real. We have to figure that out. We have to just tap inside and discern what's real and what's not, and how we're going to respond to it. And that's done on an individual basis. No one can, none of us are the same, so we're not going to see everything as the same. But just because one person see it a certain way doesn't mean that the other person's reality is not their reality, because it is their reality. Everybody has a perspective, and nobody's reality can downplay someone else's. But I still say, if you look like me and you are on this planet with all that's been going on for over 500 years, and the things that has been done to our people, and you don't feel some anger, something's wrong. That's just something wrong about that. Just because you feel it don't mean you have to show it, and it doesn't mean you have to respond to it. That's something totally different. But I have a hard time believing that you can watch your people, and especially if we love them the way many of us say we do. I have a hard time believing you can see what's taking place, those things that that really resonate with you, that is real. to you and you not feel some anger, even if you don't respond to it. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I mean, I stand on that. But I can only speak for myself, and that's what I see. We're in this war, and this war is real, and it's, you know, to ignore it, to just walk around and ignore it is, I think it's unrealistic. That's how I feel. And everybody's not going to agree with me, and that's okay. We have to agree to disagree sometimes, and that is healthy. It's nothing wrong with that. Um, but we can't downplay each other's feelings and each other's reality, because then that's not realistic either. So, but the one thing I truly believe, and I look at some of the other our other soldiers out here, teachers and activists, and YouTubers that are out here fighting for our people. A lot of times you see that they get agitated and they get angry, and they have a right to. And I don't see anything wrong with that. But then they turn around and I watch them, and they bounce back into these habits of keeping their frequency raised and staying in tune, and where they can continue to, to be high vibrating. So, everybody has their own views, their own perspectives, their own way that they handle things, their own ways that they see things. And a lot of it, too, sometimes comes from, how you grew up and your experiences, and all of those kind of things pulls together to help you, help determine how you view the world and how you respond to the world. But if I say, I love my people, I love my immediate family and my expanded family, and I do, and that's sincerely from my heart, then for me it would be quite difficult for me to watch my people be slaughtered in those times when those murders are real, and we would be fooling ourselves to think that everything is false. Some of this stuff is really happening, and I've had it happen in my own family. So nobody can tell me it's not happening. It's happening. And to not feel anger for it, in my strong opinion, would be unrealistic. And I'm here to tell you it's okay to feel it. It's okay. And in some cases, you have to respond to it. There are situations where you had to respond. When my brother was slaughtered back in 1996, not only did I feel the anger, but I also responded to it. There were some things I had to get up and do in response to, you know, what happened to my brother. Now I had to calm down some so that I could be, the things I needed to do could, be done in a proper perspective. But I still felt the anger, and it was, I mean, it's a normal way to feel. And sometimes we need to feel that anger in order to get up and do some of the things that we need to do in order to fix ourselves, collectively. So you know, it's not always a bad thing, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I think if we are truly connected in the way that many of us say we are, and these things happening, and we are one together, and we are, we are a reflection of one another, we are one together, then I think it's natural when somebody harms one of us and we're one together that we feel some anger. And so anyway, there will be times that, things will come up and I will talk about it, and I may feel some anger. And that's just how it's gonna be, guys, But that doesn't take away from the love in my heart, because that's always been there. You know, we gotta stop, some of us who feel this way. We gotta stop thinking because of what society has taught us, how society has taught us to respond in these different ways they have, affected us, that we have to continue to respond that way. We gotta, look at things more real and realize that we have feelings too, and we don't have to follow, you know, the what we've been taught to follow, the rules of society. As melanated people, we've been given our own set of rules, separated from anybody else. And a lot of our behavior is responding to the rules that we've been given, in this society. But we don't have to do that anymore. We're waking up, to many of us, to realize that those rules were false. They weren't real, and we should not have ever been following those rules. We have spiritual rules that we can follow, and we are actually, the thing that a lot of us have forgotten. We're actually, we're a beautiful people, spiritual inside and out, but we also have a warrior spirit. We've never been, before the frequency was at this level. This isn't the first time that the frequency was at this level. You know, before we were invaded, frequencies were high at that time as well. That the consciousness was high, and and we still, if we needed to respond to evil in ways that were beyond being just sweet and kind and humble and passive, we have a warrior spirit as well. We weren't created to just lay down and let people just treat us and do to us, anything they wanted to do. And that's the spirit we got to get back. And we can still be kind, loving people. We can continue to, rise in our frequencies and stay in peace, and still not be passive and allow, evil to trample us. We don't have to tolerate that, guys. And so, not everything I say is for everybody. And again, not everybody is going to agree, and that is perfectly okay. This is life, and the way it is just the way it is, and we have to be okay with that. But I stand by what I say, and I'm not going to put it out there if I don't mean it. And at the root of it all is the love I have for my people, the love I have for you. And I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not going to elaborate anymore. I just wanted to get that point across, until the little lady that mentioned, that sent me the comment and said about about me being nice, or pulling away from it. I'm gonna always be nice when I can be nice. And I'm just a nice person, but I'm also a realist, and I know we're in a war. And when you're in war, you know your responses can change. How you respond to these things can change according to what's happening in the moment. And so, don't be afraid to feel what you feel, but at the same time, stay in control, because ultimately, we have something bigger going on that we also have to respond to as well. So I just wanted to get that message out. And thank you so much for listening. And hey, it is what it is. Let's keep standing up. Let's keep loving one another, and know that one day, this is gonna be over, in the sense of how it is right now. It's gonna be over. We're winning the war, And sometimes we may win many battles on the way. Um, and sometimes we may lose some of the battles on the way. But ultimately, we're winning the war. And that's what really, really matters. Thank you again for listening. I love you so very much. I always have. I always will. Like this video, because when you like it, more people can see it. And like I said before, there are people out there who need what we have. Not everybody's going to resonate, and that's okay. And I tell people again, if what I say really agitates you, you can always click off. You can always unsubscribe if you need to, or whatever you need to do so that you can stay in peace, because, I want what's best for us all. I'm not selfish in any way. So, but whatever you need to do to stay in peace, I would I would advise you to do it, because that's what I do. And so, um, like the video if it resonates, share and subscribe if you haven't already, if it resonates, if what I talk about resonates with you. I love you again. Um, Peace to you. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Ashe. Have a most wonderful day today. Blessings to you. Bye bye.